Over the 1,400 metres at Caulfield as they load them up. Boban is the fixed odds favourite, number 3 at 5.50, 5.60 on the tote market. Still $6.50 back into $6 on track.
700 metres left to go. Entirely Platinum, led by a half. Satinum a length and a half away in third spot. Temple of Boom. They're followed by High World, Stratum Star a length away as Boban, Petrology, and then Sartorius deep out around Volkstock and Barrel. Dandino the rail. Weary trying to get into it on the outside, and they're followed by Rising Romance, Happy Trails, Prince of Penzance, and Magic Orders last. Into the straight they race. Entirely Platinum narrative from Satinum on the outside, and Temple of Boom. Stratum Star running on. High World under pressure. Petrology can't quite get clear. In the straight they race past the 200. Entirely Platinum in front of Satinum. Stratum Star's coming on. Boban has got right up on the inside. Entirely Platinum still the leader from Stratum Star on the outside. He's coming home hard, and Boban getting up on the rail. This will be a terrific three-way finish. Boban last hop. Boban right on the fence for Schofield, wins from either. Straight they race past the 200. Entirely Platinum in front of Satinum. Stratum Stars coming on. Boban has got right up on the inside. Entirely Platinum still the leader from Stratum Star on the outside. He's coming home hard, and Boban getting up on the rail. This will be a terrific three-way finish. Boban last hop. Boban right on the fence for Schofield, wins from either Entirely Platinum or Stratum Star. Then Weary, High World, followed by Volkstock and Barrel, Rising Romance, Satinum. Prince of Penzance has run out of his skin on the outside.
What a great finish. What a brilliant ride in the end, and what a wonderful horse. 5 Group 1 wins now. Only of current horses, Lankan Rupee sits on 5. Buffering 4. Boban now goes to 5. A remarkable horse. He really is. He keeps on going. He was a good 2-year-old. Brilliant, right? And Glenn Schofield has a wonderful, wonderful relationship with him.
In the last bit, they came 6.5 into 5.5, and he...
So Boban won the Doomben 10,000 first up last preparation, wins the Group 1 Memsey first up this prep for Glenn Schofield in confirmation of third. Group 2 McEwen Stakes is over the 1,000 metres, featuring the return of Chautauqua. It's the favourite, 265 fixed, 250 on the tote.
On the inside as they went through the gap, 2 to Tycoon Tara, followed then by It Is Written. A further 2 lengths away, Chautauqua, about 8 lengths off the speed as they neared the turn 3. Klashina, the quarterback, and Written Dash around the bend now. Systonic with I'm All the Talk, a length in front of Furnace, is about to peel and go. Then Flambeau's coming on. Behind them, Sweet Emily hooks to the inside, and then Kuro. Chautauqua tries to come to the outside, a fair bit to do. Furnace has hit the front. Here's Chautauqua. Oh, gobbles them up with Flambeau's. Went straight past them. He's good, isn't he? It's Chautauqua beating Flambeau's again. This is about to peel and go. Then Flambeau's coming on. Behind them, Sweet Emily hooks to the inside, and then Kuro. Chautauqua tries to come to the outside, a fair bit to do. Furnace has hit the front. Here's Chautauqua. Oh, gobbles them up with Flambeau's. Went straight past them. He's good, isn't he? It's Chautauqua beating Flambeau's again. Furnaces ran third. Good go for fourth. Sweet Emily or Klashina out wide. Then the quarterback, Tycoon Tara, Kuro. It Is Written. Back behind those then was...
Exciting horse, isn't he? That's his racing style. He was many...
Positive booking with Brett Preble and a number 2 Exosphere. We'll see if he can produce it on the firmer going today. I've gone 1, 9 and 2 for the Golden Rose.
Early, well and truly.
In this race, he'll be able to dictate.
20. He's always been around $293. He hasn't really got a lot past that all week with us.
Down the side of the course, it's Speak Fondly and Holler. They're not going hard at all here. From Let's Make It Rain, Exosphere and Press Statement caught wide. Further back then to Regeese from Shards the outside and 2 after Sebring Sun. They're fairly well bunched. It's Speak Fondly, the Rouser, head in front from Holler the outside. Then Let's Make It Rain. Press Statement just waiting for the gap to open up. Exosphere the inside of Regeese. Then Shards and Sebring Sun's last. Speak Fondly pop the question. There's a mile of room for Exosphere to go through. Then Holler. Let's Make It Rain. Press Statement's in a pocket and got a bump. Speak Fondly just in front, but Exosphere looms and Exosphere charges to the lead. Exosphere draws away from Speak Fondly. Sebring Sun running on, and then Press Statement went clear, but it's Exosphere. The Golden Roses has, and Exosphere bolts up from Speak Fondly. Sebring Sun third, just in front of Regeese and Press Statement, who didn't get much room when he needed it. Further back to Let's Make It Rain, and the last 2, Shards and Holler.
Well, what a wonderful colt he is.
Exosphere runs away with the De Bortley Wines Golden Rose. It was like the Red Sea parting at the top of the strut. It opened for James McDonald.
He's growing into himself. He's becoming a very handsome horse with it now, but he was always a big...
We're down to race number 7. Always a good race for Theo Marks, and we get to see Winx back at the races today. What a wonderful Queensland campaign she had. She had a great autumn.
They're really hot.
Very, very confident go for Winx here. James McDonald leads the Jockeys Challenge on 10 points over Brett Navdalla on 8. And James McDonald on Winx here, Gregory.
King in the Theo Marks, and the Strawberry Boys jumped well together with Nostradamus, 9th lead, followed by Vashka just behind them. Heart Tester off the course and pressing forward from Nostradamus, Sons of John. They're followed further back then by Amanpour, who's got shuffled back through the field. Famous Seamus, the rails from Boss Lane. Winx and Turbulent Jet is hugging the rails as they straighten up. Winx is still back last into the straight. Strawberry Boy leads from Decision Time, and Heart Test at the outside. 9th Legion coming off the fence. Then came Messine from Sons of John, and Vashka running on. Strawberry Boy still the leader from 9th Legion. Heart Test is out very wide. They're followed further back by Winx, is about 5 lengths off them. 9th Legion hits up, goes up to hit the lead from Strawberry Boy. Sons of John's driving through. Winx flying! Oh, did she get there? Oh, Winx has flown at Sons of John. What a powerhouse finish. From Decision Time, and Heart Test at the outside. 9th Legion coming off the fence. Then came Messine from Sons of John, and Vashka running on. Strawberry Boy still the leader from 9th Legion. Heart Test is out very wide. They're followed further back by Winx, is about 5 lengths off them. 9th Legion hits up, goes up to hit the lead from Strawberry Boy. Sons of John's driving through. Winx flying! Oh, did she get there? Oh, Winx has flown at Sons of John. What a powerhouse finish. It's a photo. 9th lead collared.
Now beyond doubt, she has the biggest finish in racing. She is unbelievable. Has she got there? Yes, she has. Yes, she has.
Wow.
Incredible, Duff.
Wow. She got stood on her head coming to the turn, lost all momentum. I think Amanpour. No wonder they said this morning, make sure you back her on the Epsom before she runs today, because there's your new Epsom favourite. There's no doubt in the wide world. What about this horse from Hawkesbury, Sons of... Wow, what a performance this was. Well, it's not the first time she's done something like this. There's something freakish about her.
Remember what she did up there at the Sunshine Coast. In the Sunshine Coast Guineas, came from an impossible last 100, the last 50. Sons of John's about to go up and hit the lead, but you can't hold her out.
No.
She's incredible.
She just has a tremendous will to win. She savages the line, and she...
That was an unbelievable... But she's a serious racehorse, and serious racehorses can overcome problems, and that's what she did today.
Fantastic there yesterday. She got checked at the 550 by Boss Lane at the top of the straight when she just got on heels. So it just added a bit more credit to Winx's win there. I love the fact that she's going towards the Epsom and the Cox Plate. She's got that sit back, relax, turn a foot, 4-year-old mare on the rise. Ooh.
The Doncaster winner, the favourite for the George Main.
Yeah, he's in great shape. He's had his 2 runs back now. He's ready to go. Got a new rider here.
For Godolphin, James McDonald.
Still might be a run short. I'm tipping the mile at Randwick is untouchable. She'll be up on the speed around in the tramway there. And 2, Pornichet, a lot of on-track confidence about him. I like 5, 6.
Deck around Protectionist. Kiramosa 3 wide from Lucia Valentina, and Haraki's all boxed up on the running rail. Coming to the turn, Hooked goes through once again to join Pornichet, and then nose and nose at the top of the straight. Royal to centre, close third. Sweyness popped the questioner, and 2 further back to Kermit, given a rev up by Schofield as Pornichet's gone to the front. Hooked has run its race. Pornichet 2 lengths clear from Royal Descent, and Kermit coming down the outside. Pornichet wants to wander a little under pressure. Still a length clear from Royal Descent, and Kermit closing in now. Here comes Kermit the outside, racing to the lead, and Kermit takes out the Colgate George Main. Royal Descent outplugged Pornichet for second at the end. Lucia Valentina best at the finish from
Kermit. He was just playing with them, Duff. Yeah. Glenn Schofield was out the back. He...
For a minute, Matt. 49's Group 1 for Chris Waller. He's...
Look, him stepping...
Who do you want to be on here? $9 favourite is the Deck, and as a result, Faulkner, who was favourite this time last week, he's drifted out to $12 an inch.
boy, he's going to be hard to beat. I don't care what's in the Cox plate, he's going to be hard to beat.
Look out.
All right, here's another dominant favourite for the Guineas. This horse defeated Press Statement, and this horse likely to go to a race like the Coolmore where he...
From takedown, counter attacks firing up on the inside, close to heels from Zootanid. Then Yabaroo, McDonald's easing a little bit deeper on Exosphere. Forced even wider around the turn, and Surfing Safari's last. Japanisma travels well at the top of the straight and slips 4 lengths in front of Wicked Intent. Then Zootanid, Exosphere's being cuddled. McDonald gets over his neck and says, come on, boy. Exosphere giving chase to Japanisma. Then Zootanid takedown and counter attack, but this star 3-year-old is off and gone. He makes it look so easy. Exosphere by 3 lengths. Zootanid nicks second, gets over his neck and says, come on, boy. Exosphere giving chase to Japanisma. Then Zootanid takedown and counter attack, but this star 3-year-old is off and gone. He makes it look so easy. Exosphere by 3 lengths. Zootanid nicks second from Japanisma. Takedown 4th. Then counter attack.
What a performance. What a performance. How good is this horse, Exosphere? He's run 1:8.50.
Leamington Carnival, Emirates Stakes.
He's the most exciting horse in Australia, Exosphere, I reckon.
Yeah, they had big...
4 or 5 lengths early. I thought when this horse sprinted here, Japanisma obviously went out far too hard and too fresh. I thought, hello, you're in trouble here. And then all of a sudden, click, 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 and up you go. And when 3-year-olds just blast away the older horses' times on the day, on the same day, and horses like Terra Vista as well, mind you, and soft and sitting up on him the last 50 metres, what a serious, serious racehorse this is. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get to see him.
For the big one, this is the 150th running of the Star Epsom. It's worth $1 million and 14 runners. Great field.
Great field. Winks is all the rage. He's a lot shorter now with all these favourites rolling.
We're talking to you after the race. Terranado missed the start, so did Messina, and Hook jumped best with Ecuador the outside. Malice away well into third. Cheer Valentina is improving on the rails on the inside of Rudy, and Winks has caught 3 wide going to the bend. Further back then to Tally Platinum at the 700 metres, leads by 3/4 to Ecuador. Hooked with cover in third on the outside of Malice. Then Sons of John from pressing Lucia Valentina. Bowman starting to get a little bit closer now on Winks as they come to the home turn. Forced even deeper with Kiramosa pulling out in front, and Swainessa's getting to the outside. The Chargers on in the Epsom. And Hooked and Sons of John have raced up to hit the lead. It's Hooked and Sons of John from Ecuador. Now Winks are starting to close in from Kiramosa. Hooked and Sons of John, but Winks is starting to unleash with a powerful sprint, and Winks races up to hit the lead. She shot away in the Epsom. It's all over. Ecuador's Sons of John Messine for the Miners, but Bowman high in the irons gives the big salute. And Hooked and Sons of John have raced up to hit the lead. It's Hooked and Sons of John from Ecuador. Now Winks are starting to close in from Kiramosa. Hooked and Sons of John, but Winks is starting to unleash with a powerful sprint, and Winks races up to hit the lead. She shot away in the Epsom. It's all over. Ecuador's Sons of John Messine for the Miners, but Bowman high in the irons gives the big salute. She bolts in Winks from Ecuador's Sons of John Messine.
Very, very special. They've knocked her down again. She got stood on her head on the home turn, not once but twice, and Huey Bowman gets her to the outside, and she has the biggest finish in Australian racing, Dalla.
Wow.
Australian racing, Dalla.
Wow, she's apples all right. She got run off the track there. They come out under her neck, not once, not twice, but 3 times. She was cruising into the race at the right time, got stood on her head. What a run to fight back Ecuador. They got to rest up.
Ride a horse of this calibre and to win my first major Randwick mile means a great deal.
Go and enjoy your Group 1.
She bolts in the end. Ecuador Sons of John runs 2nd and 3rd, but Simon, here's the interference. It was, I thought at one stage Huey was going to come down.
It was all just a little bit of history repeating from the Theo Marks when she got on heels just at the top of the straight behind Boss Lane. She picked herself up. We're not going to get it easy today. Went around him, tried to put him in. But this is why she's a superstar. This is why she's so good. This is why you want to get excited about Winks. Not everything goes right in the run, and she's able to just pick herself up off the turf and use that acceleration and really knuckle down. It doesn't work.
I don't know if she's a superstar or not. I don't think she beat anything yesterday particularly, but she's a picket fencer. She's extremely exciting. She's now the favourite pretty much, or she's up there. She's the star act at the moment because she's got the picket.
You know, in a $1 million race, it's, look, she's probably stamped herself running the Cox Plate. I don't know. Why not?
Why not? She's a freakazoid. Absolute freak, this. You just don't see this happen when they get back, they get into trouble. She just ends up pushing her way out because she's going that well, and just the turn of foot. It's not like we've seen it for the first time either.
Every time.
This has been going on for quite some time.
Every time. Not every time. Every time seems...
At one stage we were holding 99.4% of the win hold on the horse. It's come into 98.4, so there's been some money for Charlie Boy. So Churchill Dance has gone out to 11.
Actually picks himself. I can't imagine a form judge going away from him. We're just waiting for him to make his name is Chautauqua.
Oh, Richo, you've got to be so impressed by this bloke. Not only does he have the ability on the racetrack, he's certainly got the looks about him. He's really...
And down the outside was Noidart. He's sitting outside of Chautauqua, who's just in a little bit of a pocket at the moment. Royal Rapture is next, and Delectation on the outside at the tail end of the field. So coming along to the course proper now. Scarlet Billows using the inside, goes for a slender lead. Charlie Boy coming after it. Earthly Tiger and Churchill Dance are wider. Now still in a little bit of trouble here, looking for a run as Chautauqua with Noidart on his outside. Dunn's trying to find the gap, gets over the heels of the one in front, but it's Scarlet Billows in front now. Chautauqua's asking for the big run. Churchill Dance is going with him. Chautauqua digging in the last little bit. He picks up the bit late, charges home, and Chautauqua overcomes trouble to win. Photo for second, Delectation probably from Scarlet Billows and Noidart, and then Churchill.
What many punters all around Australia would say, they nearly butchered that. He eventually picked up, he eventually got...
half length and going to his outside and just getting clean air, but also had Hugh Bowman just back with him, so I reckon if I come back a length, they get away from me a length and I'll probably get beaten. So to his credit, I had to smash in between them. I know what he can do and we know how good he's going, so although today wasn't very...
Chautauqua's Chautauqua, and once he gets a clear run, he runs home in probably some pretty silly times that not many horses can do.
He's got an extra...
for the Premier Stakes in Sydney yesterday and decided to stay here because...
Time now for the big one, the Group 1 Turnbull Stakes. And last race we saw 16s into $9.50. And also we're getting good support for Preferment at the $14, who wouldn't forget.
And it's $5.50 the field. It's a really tough assignment for the punters.
Look, that sort of race, hasn't it, for a while?
Zero, and Hartnell at the tail end of the field, about 12 lengths from the leader. 1,000 metres to go. Weary hasn't been able to cross over, and he has the lead ahead of Volkstock and Barrel. Now he has crossed, in fact, and Volkstock and Barrel comes to his outside. Dandino stays 3 wide. Magical Set Square. They're followed then back behind those horses to Royal Descent on the outside. Rising Romance off the track, being followed by Protectionist. Happy Trails worse in midfield on the rail. Next is Amrella as they race around the home turn. 600 to go. Who Shot the Barman's pull to the outside and then follows as they swing for home. Hartnell getting to the outside from Preferment, Extra Zero and Gust of Wind. So Weary against the fence led from Volkstock and Barrel. On the outside, Dandino. Set Square looking for the run through. Down the outside, Royal Descent followed by Happy Trails. Still Hartnell at the end of the field. They come towards the 250. Then Volkstock and Barrel ran to the lead. Set Square the inside. Royal Descent coming. Dandino's there. Preferment's coming on down the outside from Amrella. It's Royal Descent just the leader from Preferment on the outside. Royal Descent grabbed by Preferment. Preferment in a bobbing go. Maybe Preferment just from Royal Descent. Down the outside, Royal Descent, followed by Happy Trails. Still Hartnell at the end of the field. They come towards the 250. Then Volkstock and Barrel ran to the lead. Set Square the inside. Royal Descent coming. Dandino's there. Preferment's coming on down the outside from Amrella. It's Royal Descent just the leader from Preferment on the outside. Royal Descent grabbed by Preferment. Preferment in a bobbing go. Maybe Preferment just from Royal Descent. Set Square might get third from Dandino. Extra Zeros was Protection as Volkstock and Barrel, Weary, Rising Romance and Magical last home. And Preferment's going to win it.
Preferment wins it at $11. Preferment wins it at $11. Huey Bowman, another Group 1 for Chris Waller. He makes it.
Excess Knowledge, and the favourite Amrella at one stage was $3.20 into out to $3.40, and then from there out to $3.80. So there you can see
$1,000 Group 2
2 race, and of course, if the connections take it up.
And also Black Tomahawk.
Boy, Amrella slipped behind again. I think he did that in the Turnbull, but it was worse today. And he's back towards the tail end of the field. And Bohemian Lily shot under Karen McAvoy. She's doing it at her own leisure. She's unattended by 2 lengths, 1,200 to go. Second at first sight. There's the move. It's Hugh Bowman off on Amrella. He darted across the field and he's gone to take up the lead now. So it's Amrella in front. Leads by a length. Second Bohemian. Lex Sartorius, he's hard ridden. Prince of Penzance, one of the last. At the 600, Amrella by a length and a half. Bohemian Lily still looks to have a kick left. Off the bit is Ethiopia. Then at first sight. Round the outside, Black Tomahawk, and coming with him is Escardo as they neared the home turn. Prince of Penzance trying to work into it, but Amrella's kicked away. Amrella's by more than 2 lengths. Got them all off the bit chasing from Bohemian Lily. Good battle going on for third. Excess Knowledge and Bondiga's got through, but Amrella still by 3, going powerfully here. Holds Bohemian Lily, Bondiga, and then Excess Knowledge, but it's all Amrella. Didn't matter that he missed the start, he's trounced them. Amrella won it by 3 lengths, Excess Knowledge. Bohemian Lily third in a photo, just ahead of Bondiga, and then Black Tomahawk, Sartorius, Escardo, Prince of Penzance.
Amrella outstanding, winning the Herbert Power on a week back up after missing a place in the Turnbull Stakes last Sunday. That was...
Look, he's and absolutely thrashed them. So the short answer, he's in a different class to them, and a dominant win. And well,
he's a horse that, along with Faulkner, we through this whole preparation, we've rated right up the top. We really like this horse.
The mid-race move at the 1400 when the pace slackened was terrific. Watch him here dip behind twice, and then Bohemian Lily, she was quiet on the slate.
You know what, if it was 30 years ago, you'd give him the Cup, the Melbourne Cup right now. If it was 20 years ago, you'd nearly give it to him.
The Melbourne...
Assuming he's in, it's only the Japanese and the new era, Dave, that stops that being automatic Melbourne Cup winner.
You just can't take it away from him. He's carried 58.5 there and done that as well. It's not like he carried a featherweight and did it.
He slipped at the stunts. I say, you know, I want a horse like that in the Melbourne Cup, an in-form horse.
That's where Protectionist came through.
Last year's winner came out of this race,
and 26, but Chautauqua's still the one they have to beat at the $2.40 mark, and you can have a bet in this race.
All the rage, Terra Vista easing slightly. 245, 657 for buffering, 850. Shwekandi.
They're off. Caught him in a good line, buffering, and Tiger Tease away very quickly, and also showing good speed just behind them, Rich Enough, but it's buffering for the time being, holding the outside Terra Vista. 2 lengths for Candy, Fast and Rocking, and they're followed as they run the 800 turn to Rebel Dane. 2 or 3 Chautauqua. He's got back second last on the inside in company with Griante. He's now last, actually, up the side and buffering the leader, but he hasn't been able to cross. Rich Enough has retained the inside, and they're 2.5 lengths. In third placing is Alpha Miss from Tiger Tease. Terra Vista getting a nice trail into the race, and then Shrikandi to the outside goes Rebel Dane. Fast and Rocking's held up, and then came Griante, and Chautauqua's going to need his big special run. He's last as they come to the turn. Buffering, doing it tough, but he loves it that way. He leads from Rich Enough, Alpha Miss. Here's Tiger Tease and Shrikandi around the outside. Now Chautauqua's got into the clear. Buffering the leader. Shrikandi after him. Chautauqua coming on strongly. Shrikandi hit the front. Chautauqua mows her down. Pounced, races away, and won like a champion. Won it by 2 lengths. Either Shrikandi or Rebel Dane. Griante, and Chautauqua is going to need his big special run. He's last as they come to the turn. Buffering, doing it tough, but he loves it that way. Rich Enough, Alpha Miss. Here's Tiger Tease and Shrikandi around the outside. Now Chautauqua's got into the clear. Buffering the leader. Shrikandi after him. Chautauqua coming on strongly. Shrikandi hit the front. Chautauqua mows her down. Pounced, races away, and won like a champion. Won it by 2 lengths. Either Shrikandi or Rebel Dane, with Fast and Rocking between them for the minors, and then came buffering, followed in by...
Oh, what a horse, what a ride, Tommy Berry. Tommy did not panic. Well, he missed the kick we spoke to because he's nearly 2 lengths clear. That is how good this horse is.
He's exceptional. What a performance. I'm not... The only times he's really been beaten, to be fair, have been bad luck, and he had one...
500 metres out, the horse is last, yet he wins by 2 lengths with the jockey standing in the irons pointing to the sky. It was breathtaking.
He terrorised horse in Australia. I mean, we talk up the Cox Plate. This is the most visually exciting horse because he's got to get there, doesn't he? He has to pull himself out of strife every time.
He sits up. Tommy gives a wave about
3 strides before the post. He's, you know, it's... If it had been the straight had been 100 metres longer, he'd have won by 5.
Prince of Penzance. We didn't think he'd be drifting this far, though, because all the money is for the United States. Once again, they've backed it. It was $5 at one stage.
Like a carousel. Prince of Penzance by the school, though, has opened up a couple of lengths on Bohemian Lily, who's flat out chasing. Bondiga's a length and a half away third. Now Bowman starts to work on the United States. He's starting to pick them off one by one. Prince of Penzance, the one to run down, though, comes to the home turn. 2 lengths in front of Bohemian Lily. Getting up on the inside now, the United States about to throw out the challenge. Nothing else could win it. Prince of Penzance 2.5 in front. The United States gets over her heels. Prince of Penzance by a length. United States has the last run, grabs the lead in the final stages, and the United States gets up to win 3/4. Prince of Penzance, 3 lengths Bohemian Lily, Bold Sniper Wren 4th. The finish.
The United States has won the Moonee Valley Gold Cup in what could be track record time. That's 8 in course record time here, 2 minutes 34.43, eclipsing the previous course record of 2:35.58. So it's over a second quicker than what we've seen previously. That was an outstanding...
He set a pretty hot pace. They smashed the track record here in this race, and so he set a hot pace and he's kept going. And well, Huey just said, well, I'm not getting away from the fence here because that's where you need to be. So I'll just chase him up along the fence until I have to come around his heels, and the horse was good enough to do it. Now, he probably wants to go to the Melbourne Cup, but he's 9.5 kilos below weight for age.
He'd have to get a 3 kilo penalty.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
So then he has to run in the Lexus on Saturday and then back up at a Melbourne Cup. He just can't keep racing.
Not Lloyd's style.
No.
$23 with tab.com. Happy Trails 23, Hartnell at 15. It's in a couple of points and 50 cents and very solid. Complacent 26. This horse Galio Shop has also been a 14. Highland Reel at 650, but Winks now has gone from 550 into 460 this morning.
They're waiting for the moment. They don't...
For this year's Cox Plate, just 2 days ago you could get $7 for Winks, but it is the favourite now, so...
Surely large.
They're up. And Winks jumped okay with the cleaner. Highland Reel away brilliantly. He's out having a peep for the lead. Criterion went over their heels at the start. Complacent, Arrod are up there at the post, and then Mourinho and Galo Shop not far away. Down past the judge, and the cleaner has the lead from Arrod. Highland Reel just box-seated beautifully right behind them. Then Complacent moving to 4th, followed by Hartnell. Winks on the rail about 6th. Mourinho, Faulkner and Happy Trails was now last. 1,000 metres to go, and the cleaner is the leader in the Cox Plate. Arrod a little bit keen second, Highland Reel third, Complacent deep out, and then came Winks getting up on the inside to 5th, one in front of Hartnell. Mourinho's been deep. Criterion over on the inside as they run the 800 metres turn. Galo Shop works clear, Kermadec about to go wide, then Pornichet, Preferment, Happy Trails out wide, Faulkner last of all. The cleaner at the school, the leader from on the outside, Complacent and Arrod. Highland Reel is still there from Mourinho. Winks, well, Bowman's got plenty to give, and he's getting an inside run, and Criterion tried to follow him home, just had to clip off heels there. Winks got the dream run and shot to the lead from the cleaner. Criterion trying to get going with Highland Reel. They're followed by Hartnell and Happy Trails right off the track, but Winks is away and gone round the home turn. 3 lengths in front of Highland Reel, Criterion, and then came the cleaner, but Winks is well clear from Criterion and Highland Reel. Winks kept going by Hugh Bowman. What a win! Winks has bolted in the Cox Plate by 4 lengths to Criterion. Highland Reel ran third. And Arrod, Highland Reel is still there from Mourinho. Winks, well, Bowman's got plenty to give, and he's getting an inside run, and Criterion tried to follow him home, just had to clip off heels there. Winks got the dream run and shot to the lead from the cleaner. Criterion trying to get going with Highland Reel. They're followed by Hartnell and Happy Trails right off the track, but Winks is away and gone round the home turn. 3 lengths in front of Highland Reel, Criterion, and then came the cleaner, but Winks is well clear from Criterion and Highland Reel. Winks kept going by Hugh Bowman. What a win! Winks has bolted in the Cox Plate by 4 lengths to Criterion. Highland Reel ran third, Pornichet 4, then Hartnell, Faulkner, the cleaner, Galo Shop, followed by Preferment, Arrod. Complacent, she's blitzed them in the Cox Plate.
The 95th WS Cox Plate has gone to a champion mare. Her name is Winks, and she has smashed the course record. 2 minutes 02.98. She's beaten the record that was set by Might and Power when he was victorious in 19. He pointed the 2:98. She's not only bettered Might and Power's track record, she smashed it. And she's put herself now in the rarest of territory, this mare. Of course, she burst into prominence.
Just a superior athlete. I'm not just saying that, but just looking at it.
He passed the school. Winks has come out to go out, but now he's come back. Look, the second the A-Ride's come out. There's a big run. Ooh. He's gone too soon, but he's got to go. He's just got to. He hasn't got an option. And she just left him. She was just outstanding, too good.
She was. Criterion got a little bit of a steady there, but the way that Winks accelerated when he pushed the button was just explosive.
But she would have done that standing.
Yep.
Not many 3-year-old fillies come back to be champion 4-year-old mares. Not many. This is a champion 4-year-old mare.
All right. The who's who of Australian racing. She's broken Might and Power's track record over this trip, obviously, by 3 lengths. It is unbelievable. Before he won a major, he wins his first and his 54th Group 1. Look at the sectional time. She was a sectional star. There was other terrific runs.
Have you ever seen a Cox Plate like that in recent times?
No, it was a Sunline performance, I should say, from Winks. She's
been involved in Cox Plate wins. That was something special.
Oh, that was a good one, that one. She's a champion.
Yeah.
Only champions can do that. OK, she got a little bit of help from the track and got a bit of good luck in running, which you need to get. If you're going to win a Cox Plate, you need to get good luck in running. But having said that, she smashed the track record. And, you know, beat the track record by almost 0.6 of a second. Now, Might and Power held that record for a long, long time. And I know the track started out, but you just don't beat this standard of horse by that far and not be a champion.
After that performance yesterday, who's to say that she wouldn't win another Cox Plate like that? You know, like next year.
Well, she can win it. She can win a Queen Elizabeth in between.
The Group 1 Amy Victoria Derby worth $1.5 million. It's the classic race for 3-year-olds. It's the true.
It's not the big shortener in the race. It's got out to $3.40, back into $3.20. Kiora Kutu is at $7, but the big shortener of late, Shane, that you were talking to Mick Price, because the confidence has come back for the favourite. Another $20,000 bet. So Tarzino now back into $3. So got to
now moving around the outside, Shards. Then the favourite Tarzino, who settles down in 4th placing, is just a little bit keen at the moment. Here's Rocker Stated dinging up the rear. 1,200 metres left to go, and it's been a very ferociously run derby. And out in front, Iron Boss Shard sits right on his hammer. Only Alada, who's held up for a run on the inside as Pay Up Bro starts a move. Or Jadir got into trouble there and lost some ground. They've bunched right up. Extra Choice and Scadden's run back towards the end of the field now. Red Aldo deep out on the course has gone up to challenge. Here's Rock and Shards, who'd found the lead on the inside. It's coming around the turn now, and Lizard Island has come with a run to join in also. And here comes Tarzino in the white blinkers right over on the outside, and Kiora Kutu's weaving through. Pay Up Bro came with a run. In the straight they race now, and Tarzino raced up to challenge Red Alto and Lizard Island, and he's run to the lead. Here's Pay Up Bro starting to finish well, but Tarzino broke away from them. Etymology ran on into 2nd placing. They're followed by Red Alto, Pay Up Bro and Kiora Kutu, but Tarzino clear. Etymology 2 lengths away, 100 left to go. Tarzino's going strongly, and Tarzino won the derby in terrific style. Etymology 2nd, a photo for 3rd, 3 or 4 lengths away. Maybe Kiora Kutu will nab Red Alto.
An outstanding staying performance here by Tarzino to give Mick Price his first win in the Amy Victoria Derby.
Oh, mate, he's outstanding. He's just
including stages. Great scene.
Play with the barriers here, Duff, when you're doing the form for a Melbourne Cup?
Not much, really. Barrier draws only matter after the gates open.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't really make a difference until you know where the pace is going, where the speed is going to come from. Sometimes an outside barrier can be a big advantage, but you can't know that until after the gate.
That we're going to be round in that, 4th or 5th line.
Has the ride, Prince of Penzance. Firstly, what price, Glenn?
He's a $71 chance, so only has Quest for More.
Oh, look, he ran his best race last start, didn't he, in the Moonee Valley Cup, but it was aided by the bias. Look, he's in a good stable. He's got a little bit of speed to put himself in the picture for a while, but I doubt whether
he'd have the quality in a field like this.
Well, maybe he's a leader. I mean, he led in the Mooney.
I think he could win by a margin. It'll be a runaway victory for me.
The Caulfield Cup form is the right form. I mean, we have to go on recent form. It's very hard to go on any.
There's a number of chances that it's Duff. If you like,
it's out to $5, so they can't write a ticket for Fame Game.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see what eventuates in view of the way they pour out from the inside. Just aren't making any ground on the leaders at this stage. And
on these shores, I mean, there's just so many outstanding lead-up runs. In years gone by, Elmoon Queeth off that Geelong Cup win in fast time would be, you know, $3 or $4, you know, possibly. So, and he's $20.
Coming up the side of the course, they race before the home turn. Big Orange from Excess Knowledge. A length away then Quest for More. Trip to Paris. He's working into it on the outside, and so is Snow Sky wide out. Then came Criterion trying to find a way through. Round the outside came Sky Hunter, and Bondi Beach off the track is making ground too. Our Ivanhoe waiting for a run down on the inside as they bunch up around the turn. Now Fame Game, he's got to the extreme outside with the offer. Big Orange first for home from Excess Knowledge. Snow Sky joining in, and now Trip to Paris is coming. They're followed then by Who Shot the Barman, going for a run on the inside as Our Ivanhoe. Coming past the 300 metres, Excess Knowledge went to the lead narrowly. Here's Prince of Penzance coming on down the outside. Prince of Penzance for Michelle Payne. Now Max Dynamite starts to charge home. Prince of Penzance from Max Dynamite. Prince of Penzance, it's history at Flemington. Michelle Payne. Prince of Penzance beat Max Dynamite. Criterion's run third. Then Fame Game, he's got to the extreme outside with the offer. Big Orange first for home from Excess Knowledge. Snow Sky joining in, and now Trip to Paris is coming. They're followed then by Who Shot the Barman, going for a run on the inside as Our Ivanhoe. Coming past the 300 metres, Excess Knowledge went to the lead narrowly. Here's Prince of Penzance coming on down the outside. Prince of Penzance for Michelle Payne. Now Max Dynamite starts to charge home. Prince of Penzance from Max Dynamite. Prince of Penzance, it's history at Flemington. Michelle Payne. Prince of Penzance beat Max Dynamite. Criterion's run third, then either Trip to Paris, Gust of Wind, or Big Orange. The next one's over. Just behind those horses, the offer, and they're followed by Excess Knowledge. Well back with Hocko Brave, Grand Marshal, and Sky Hunter, and the United States are towards the tail of the field. Michelle Payne has created history at Flemington, the first lady to win the Melbourne Cup.
It's taken 155 years, but we've now seen a female jockey win the Emirates Melbourne Cup. Michelle Payne, champion trainer Darren Weir, his greatest success in racing. Extraordinary scenes here in the mounting yard.
Sam, I lied in bed last night and I gave my chance a little time to think and dream about it. And I thought about, imagine if I'm talking to you after these races. Unbelievable. It's like the 2 mile out that strong, but far out. I didn't think he'd be that strong. He was still towing me into the straight, and when he let go, Darren Weir said to count to 10. I was trying to count, but didn't count. I was just hoping that was long enough, and he just burst to the front, and he was powering through the line. That is just unbelievable.
The Emirates Melbourne Cup, the 155th running of the race in 2015, guys.
Yes, phenomenal scenes out here, and Michelle Payne creates history, as you've said. Prince of Penzance at 100 to 1 wins the Melbourne Cup. And
I'm sure the whole Flemington about the race is the gates. The first 3 home drew gate 1, 2, 4. They found the right runs on the fence.
That's right. Of horses. He had a lengthy break after we saw him last spring. What was his problem?
An amazing horse. Like, he's had 2 joint surgeries, and then when he was about to come back, then when he was about to come into work, he got a twisted bow, so he had to have a colleague operation. So what an amazing horse.
Coming into this,
you know, so I didn't go the early crow then, but it was just extraordinary that this 100 to 1 chance was trucking into the race and walked the winner such a long way out, and I thought, well, something's going to run this down somewhere. But the aftermath was just magnificent to watch, and every now and again, because I've got the lawn stand under me, and every now and again they'll all just stand up, like when Damien won on Media Puzzle, they all just stood up and applauded, and you can feel the emotion. It's palpable, and it was was, but they were really standing up and giving it a big cheer. And I've never seen a better reception for 101 chance.
Yeah, that's right. It was the one. Less of those horses that are way out of form and not capable of winning from Australia getting into the race because of the push from the Europeans. And for that horse to start 100 to 1, given that he'd run second, set the pace in a record Moonee Valley Cup, if there weren't all those Europeans in it, he'd have been a 20 to 1 chance. You know, if it was full of all of Australian horses. So
to beat it, they are backing Strakandi, currently $7 VRC Dali Classic over 1,200 metres. This is a sprint race heavyweight championship. Since this race has been run, an upgrade throughout the day. Of course, we started the day with the track rated a heavy 8. We're now in the soft 5 range.
Flamberge edging out, Delectation getting up on the rail from Strakandi, then Boban, now Chautauqua still at the end of the field as they head up towards the 400, and then came Terra Vista. So buffering, high rolling in front, Lamosti chasing him, Tiger Teasers off the bit from Flamberge. There's Chautauqua, he's got right out towards the middle of the track, coming with the Strakandi. It's buffering in front, coming to the 200 metres, giving everything. Lamosti joining in, Chautauqua on the far side, Delectation and Strakandi. 5 chances, 100 left to go. Buffering Terra Vista, Delectation bursts through with Chautauqua. They hit it, Delectation causes a boil over. Just beat Chautauqua, Terra Vista. Buffering, high rolling in front, Lamosti chasing him. Tiger Teasers off the bit from Flamberge. There's Chautauqua, he's got right out towards the middle of the track, coming with the Strakandi. It's buffering in front, coming to the 200 metres, giving everything. Lamosti joining in, Chautauqua on the far side, Delectation and Strakandi. 5 chances, 100 left to go. Buffering Terra Vista, Delectation bursts through with Chautauqua. They hit it, Delectation causes a boil over. Just beat Chautauqua, Terra Vista, buffering and Strakandi. They're followed behind those defenders.
Chris Waller has done it again. Delectation has caused an upset. He's come through to win the Group 1. Been touched off. 13 has gone to 4. Terra Vista, the defending champion, and 4th.
Front of buffering. No.
He's been one of mine all the way through. I've got a love-hate relationship with him.
He's a thorn in your side.
He is a big thorn in my side.
So have you settled on one? Is it love or hate?
At the moment, it's hate.
It's hate after yesterday. So nearly.
Chance. So nothing really happening for Sartorius, Don DeRemo, and Do You...
Zipping Classic over 2,400 metres at Weight for Age. A race that began as the Williamstown Cup before becoming the...
Kiramosa to Don DeRemo. Tall Ship just looks to be a little keen there next on the outside. And Who Shot the Barman lobbed along, and he's not happy with the pace here. And Max off, J Max off and running on Who Shot the Barman. Sartorius the leader down the back as they go out towards the 1,200 metres. Who Shot the Barman in a quick dash, and he did it pretty comfortably. Got up within the neck of the leader. Rising Romance a length and a half away third, and then Do You Remember Kiramosa, Don DeRemo's second last. Tall Ship will have to do it from the tail, 1,000 to go, and he's kept the run going on Who Shot the Barman and has taken up the running. So coming down. Who Shot the Barman at the 600. Sartorius under extreme pressure second from Do You Remember, ridden along on the inside. Rising Romance turn 4, 3 off the leader, who's going for home. J-Mac really showing something here, some great initiative. He's kicked away on Who Shot the Barman now by 3 lengths, got them all off the bit. 350 metres still to go. Coming on Tall Ship down the outside. Rising Romance quite one pace with Sartorius, but it's all Who Shot the Barman at the 200. He's 5 in front now from Tall Ship, and he'll romp it in and collect the big bonus too. Who Shot the Barman won it in a breeze by Romance turn 4, 3 off the leader, who's going for home. J-Mac really showing something here, some great initiative. He's kicked away on Who Shot the Barman now by 3 lengths, got them all off the bit. 350 metres still to go. Coming on Tall Ship down the outside. Rising Romance quite one pace with Sartorius, but it's all Who Shot the Barman at the 200. He's 5 in front now from Tall Ship, and he'll romp it in and collect the big bonus too. Who Shot the Barman won it in a breeze by 6 or 7 Tall Ship. Do You Remember held on for third, the Bolt.
An outstanding win and an outstanding ride. James McDonald taking off with 1,000 to go from last, getting to the lead and kicking away to win on Who Shot the Barman. Number 2, Who Shot the...
For Rising Romance nor Kiramosa, the mares were disappointing. Who Shot the Barman just in a different class. nice of them, sustains a 1,000-metre run and wins by 7. 3:20.
She won't be going to Hong Kong out of it, the reports are. But brilliant ride. Love to see jockeys using their initiative. That was the ride of the day.
The Western Mail Classic. It was the Western Mail Classic when Kingston Town won this race back in 1982, and it was to become Kingston Town's last ever race start.
Lines are very strong. It was funny at the start of the week. We're talking about...
And Australian Derby, both on softish tracks.
I arrived on course today at the same time as Peter Hall, and he looked at me...
He's going to come down past this big crowd right now. Unbeaten, 4 from 4. Pike rides at 50.
Isabel, the leader, comes around the home turn from Real Love when they'd straightened up. Then came Woodsville. There's Blackwood making that searching run around them. And now to the outside, Pike releases the brakes. And Perfect Reflection goes up. Then Dark Musket, followed by Belmont Girl. Perfect Reflection, though, gave them Windburn with 150 to go. She's raced away. Here's Delicacy, though, coming after her. Delicacy, Perfect Reflection, Perfect Reflection. Delicacy, don't know in the Kingston Town. Delicacy, Perfect Reflection, could be a dead heat. In behind them, 3 lengths away, Dark Musket, Neverland, Blackwood.
It's holding. Oh,
well, it's not right on the line there. Oh.
Gee, it's very close.
Up, the crowd are cheering. And there's the number now, 16, Perfect Reflection, the 3-year-old filly, the first ever 3-year-old filly to win the Kingston Town Stakes. What a beauty she is. Delicacy.
Last start finished second, but was held up badly behind Badamajo. But
one, Delicacy, best bet of the day. Think she's a standout. From number 13, Response.
Number 5.
In the cup. And the first to get going proper Ranties, Badamajo jumped well. Delicacy, she commenced okay from Ask Me Nicely, being sent from the leader. Badamajo's worked her way back to the front. Kirov Boy calling it a day. Came back underneath the neck of Delicacy, though. Around the outside, Real Love with Woodsville at the top of the straight. Badamajo, the leader from Woodsville. Neverland still there. She gets up on the inside. Real Love joins in. Here comes Dark Musket, though, with a run. Neverland, Dark Musket, Real Love, and now Delicacy. Here she comes. Delicacy under the 59 went to Neverland and Real Love, Dark Musket. It's Delicacy against the inside. Sublime, brilliant, greatness in the cup. Delicacy beat Neverland. Then came close up Dark Musket. Or there as well, Real Love in a photo for third. Followed home by Tower. One of the great all-time mares of WA. The mighty Delicacy with Peter Hall aboard. Getting out of trouble when has the trifecta.
Jeep Magic Millions 2-year-old classic, $2 million over 1,200. And we start Duff with the favourite. He's always nice and relaxed, no different today. Here's Capitalist for Snowdens and Blake Shin.
Oh, look, all things being equal, you'd expect him to win. The fence is held.
Capitalist all the rage and continues to trim in, Brass. It's now into $1.48 on the fixed.
Racing in the Magic Millions, and Capitalist and Barrier 2 is away beautifully. Zalate all down the side, and Highland beat the leader from Capitalist. Just Storm on the outside, followed by Zalate's Night Out, Nikitas. Musha Kisser on the centre. A long way back on the outside is Slumber Party and company there. We're just in behind those horses, Zafina and Nicholas back nearer the inside. Homeward bound, Highland beat the leader. Capitalist on the outside, about to be called upon. Nikitas in behind those horses. Musha Kisser on the outside, but Capitalist, the $1.40 favourite, has raced up and taken the lead in the Magic Millions. He's kicked away 3 lengths to Nikitas. Highland beat. Running home is Musha Kisser on the outside, but it's all Capitalist well clear, and Capitalist will brain them. The favourite bolts in the Magic Millions. Capitalist by 3 lengths to Nikitas. Third's a photo, maybe Candika, but right up there, Nicholas on the outside, and then Musha Kisser far away, Towns Zafina. And
Gee, what a horse Capitalist has bolted in the 2-year-old Magic Millions, and it's going to... An exceptional 2-year-old to beat this horse wherever he goes next. Nikitas, the other day, Bernie, Nikitas, same as Kandika, was going to run 10th with them. And have a look at these runners in our feature race of the day, the Group 2 Apollo. And here she is, number 8, the star of the show, Winks. Odds on favourite, $1.50, Chris Waller, Hugh Bowman. take us away, Ronnie. What do you think of her?
Well, what can you say? It speaks for itself. Just look at her there. She's just swishing the tail, nice and loose.
From centre pivot, and Bowman's got Winks up running fifth in the early post to win to the last two. The speed's genuine at the 600 metres, and Solicitor's been well back to win the race, a length clear from Lee Baz. Dibiani continues to push closer on the outside. Then Bohemian Lily from Winks being quietly ridden fifth around the turn. Haraki tracks the great mare everywhere she goes. Then centre pivot and further back to Magic Hurricane. Solicit straightens in front. Winks will go back to the inside. Lee Baz, Dibiani under the whip. Solicit in front. Now Winks is being called upon by Bowman. And here comes Winks going after Solicit. Solicit ahead in front. But Winks is going through her gears. And look at her go! Winks! Oh, she's simply the best. Great return to racing. Won it comfortably by a length on the line to Solicitor. Haraki in a photo for third with Dibiani. Then Lee Baz. She's run 1:22.03.
Randwick, they were cheering, they were willing her home, they were on the back of Huey Bowman trying to push her over the line.
I think she's the best horse in the country and will prove to be the best horse of the autumn. No doubt about that in my mind. I'm just putting it in perspective, I think she's not unbeatable.
This is a big one of the day, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Group 1 Black Caviar Lightning Stakes. It's the 62nd running of the series, and of course, it's the favourite on track. He opened at $2.50, a marginal drift now to $2.60.
Yeah, last three fresh wins.
Joe Pride to be ridden by Damien Oliver.
Trialled well, probably not as well as Exosphere.
And Chautauqua last of the four out on the grandstand side. 600 left to go, and they're two divisions wide apart. But on this side, Japanisma showing the way, and I'd say he's the overall leader in the race from Delectation, Terra Vista. Chautauqua clear air on the outside. The far side now, and McDonald's getting going on Exosphere. He's gone past Varpensero, but can he get into the race? Japanisma leads Terra Vista at the 200. Chautauqua struggling to get near them at the moment. Exosphere's putting in a big run on the far side. Terra Vista's burst through in the middle, 100 to go. Leads from Japanisma, Exosphere. Chautauqua's flying home. He's flying. They hit the line. A photo. Oh, Chautauqua dived at Terra Vista in a close go. Japanisma will be third. Terra Vista at the 200. Chautauqua struggling to get near them at the moment. Exosphere's putting in a big run on the far side. Terra Vista's burst through in the middle, 100 to go. Leads from Japanisma, Exosphere. Chautauqua's flying home. He's flying. They hit the line. A photo. Oh, Chautauqua dived at Terra Vista in a close go. Japanisma will be third. Back behind them, Exosphere and Delectation, and last in Varpensero. Has he got there? Photo will tell us.
He's got there. He's got there in the final bound. Chautauqua. We can hardly hear ourselves here because we've got the owners of Chautauqua right next to us in the owners box, and that is, to use a phrase from Dennis Cometti, centimetre perfect from Dwayne Dunn. He looked gone at the 100. He is...
Sprint series, so I think if all things go well, obviously TJ in Australia, Hong Kong, and then we'll go and sell out of the Queen.
Well, it's going to be
a race, and how amazing that race was in less than 60 seconds. I think it's the greatest, most exciting multi-chaptered race I think I've ever seen.
You got Group 1 there at $6.50. What a performance by Japanisme. I think he's better than I thought he was. He's at $7. They run 57.02. The last 600 metres, 32.0. Put 3 the field, 32.05 for Chautauqua. 21.75, 11.26. You simply can't go quicker than that in the last 6.
Now, Damien just fumbled for his whip there, and he's just got nailed on the line. So people are going to say, oh, if he'd have drawn the whip.
Situation there, but...
All right. Well, anyway, look, Chautauqua's last 400 metres of the race in 21.96. Now, I think only Black Caviar and maybe 2 or 3 others in history can run those sort of sections.
He comes in 2 after the scratchings, but there's good money to suggest that he will be able to stretch his brilliant speed to 1,200 metres.
Yeah, that's right. Look, before that slowdown...
Interesting little move for Flying Artie, been $7 into $5, some good bets as well. So they have waited late after a drift all week on Flying Artie.
Horse has probably got the tactical advantage and a little bit better gait, and that's
set now, 0-8. And Extreme Choice got a very good jump over towards the outside and already began fast. Star turn out quickly also as they settle down and into stride and using the rail. Just off those horses then is Extreme Choice. He's fourth within striking range, and then Valiano. Hell of an effort on the rail, followed by Miss Nymeria. Star Turn, Sweet Cherry, Zamzam well back on the inside as they neared the turn, followed by Concealer. Back behind those horses, Sweet Cherry, Flying Artie, third last, about to go around the outside of Power Trip, and Kinetic Design and China Dream at the end. Into the straight now, Haydock on the inside, and with it on the outside is Extreme Choice. He's just bolted up on the outside of Highland Beaten. He's taken over the running. Then Miss Nymeria. Here comes Flying Artie. He's letting rip down the outside. Extreme Choice in front. Flying Artie with a length and a half to make up, 100 left to go. Extreme Choice is going strongly though, and he'll score. Extreme Choice 2 lengths to Flying Artie. Big Quinella for the stables. And Haydock on the inside, and with it on the outside is Extreme Choice. He's just bolted up on the outside of Highland Beaten. He's taken over the running. Then Miss Nymeria. Here comes Flying Artie. He's letting rip down the outside. Extreme Choice in front. Flying Artie with a length and a half to make up, 100 left to go. Extreme Choice is going strongly though, and he'll score. Extreme Choice 2 lengths to Flying Artie. Big Quinella for the stable. Zamzam 4 lengths away third. Then came Star Turn, Power Trip, Sweet Cherry, Kinetic Design, Concealer.
Mick Price has got 2 stars on his hands. Well done to Mick Price. A great training performance. Extreme Choice and Flying Artie, they have streeted the rest. Zamzam has finished third. Zamzam has
information about the horse and off to the slipper. He set all the way through when he hit the line like he did, no doubt about 1200, and just stamped him as a really, really good colt. Well, he's run exceptional.
And Mick Price has the Quinell there. Flying Artie. Well, Damien Oliver decides to ride Flying Artie, and he might have had it right, because he might end up being on the best horse as a 3-year-old. Zamzam was superb at the market for the Golden Slipper. Could these two Victorian Raiders go up to Sydney and win the Slipper? Well, Extreme Choice is now...
And he gapped the ones that were around him. Now, obviously, the run of the race was Flying Artie there in the pink colours. He got back, he got checked at the 1,000-metre mark, he got a check again on the turn, and, you know, he had to cover a lot of extra ground to get around them because he got really run off on the corner there. Look, he was a fantastic effort. They streeted the others. I think the others in the race are just 2-year-olds.
Used to play the late nom for Flying Artie there.
You'd reckon?
They look two proper colts, don't they? They're running time.
Group 2 for Age Challenge Stakes. It's a $500,000 race over 1,000 metres, and we're going to start with English, who's on screen there with the clerk of the course. It's about to go out with Tommy Berry Duff.
380 out to 550. They're backing the stablemate. Speak fondly. 5 out to 550 back into...
And English is back last of all. It's Felines up on the outside. A Ball of Muscle with Lord of the Sky being restrained in third. Speak Fondly, Keen in fourth. Kinglike to the outside from Rule the River. Further back to Ottoman, Shiraz, English and Boss Lanes last of all. Ball of Muscle straightens in by a length and a half to Felines. Lord of the Sky, Speak Fondly. Then Rule the River from Kinglike, Shiraz. English is still well back, being ridden for luck. It's Ball of Muscle in front. Felines trying hard from Kinglight. English is slicing through the middle. Ball of Muscle in front. English back to the inside. Wide out Kinglike and Boss Lane. English bursting along the rails from Kinglike. What a win! English comes from last to win the challenge. English got up to beat Kinglike and Boss Lane. Then Shiraz from Ottoman.
Well, she did everything possible to say, don't back me today. She sweated up. She was a mess. She got rid of Tommy Berry behind the gates. But right up on the inside, Berry's been able to drive her through, and she has done it. Kinglike second, very game.
He's a Randwick 1,000-metre horse. He reacts here. He's got a little bit of residual fitness on his side. Absolute terrible. She walked in. She was a nervous wreck. You could see her shaking. She was that. I know she's got
veins were up.
Yeah, she's got a bit of a history of it, but she ran right up. She had been trialling brilliantly leading into this. Yeah, probably half a length worse up the fence here, but
War, Randwick Guineas, Group 1, our feature race of the day, and
one, ride him forward, ride him back, ride him anywhere in a...
And the leaders further back to Lure Remainder's got a bit deep. Then Stay With Me on the fence. Gold Press Statement. Then came Data Point from Gold Ambition. Montaigne's well back from Etymology, and Tulsa is the last one coming to the turn. Balmain Boy leads from Dalcello. McIntosh off the track from Man of Choice Shards. Le Romain's got Press Statement in a pocket coming to the turn from Stay With Me. Then Data Point, Gold Ambition, Montaigne, Etymology and Tulsa still back last. Press Statement strung up midfield as they straighten. Balmain Boy in front from Dalcello. Then Man of Choice, Press Statement still not clear. Le Romain gets going. Stay With Me's coming off the fence with a good run. And now Press Statement bulldozing his way into the clear. Le Romain in front. Press Statement had to fight for his ground. Press Statement giving chase to Le Romain. Gold Ambition the outside. Le Romain from Press Statement. Le Romain clinging on. And Le Romain got the right run and won the guineas from Press Statement. Gold Ambition third. Montaigne charging home. Then Stay With Me from Balmain Boy, Shards, Data Point.
When you got these horses, he's just showing he was on an upward spiral at home, you know, every
day. 20. No, absolutely. When you're back last, you duck up on the inside. It was clearly the worst play. She'll probably head back towards fillies now. It's been who will win this year's Australian Guineas.
Palantino's gone well back, and then Tavachi. They race together, and at the end of the field is Tarzino by the 1,000 metres, and Extravagant shows the way. He's 3/4 on Mahuta. Snoopy deep out moved into third, and then Perfect Reflection sailing by. Risque is next, and Tavachi on a wide move at the 800 metres, going around the outside very quickly, followed by Jamaica. Palantino well back and wide, trying to work his way into it, and Tarzino off the course as they run around the home bend. It's Tavachi who's on an early move to tackle Extravagant. He's wide out and he's gone up and levelled up with the great New Zealander. Mahuta between them third, followed by Snoopy and Risque coming on down the outside, and Jamaica's in the clear, and Tarzino and Palantino having a bit of a bumping duel. Extravagant right against the fence, the leader from Tavachi as they went past the 300 metres. There's not much between the pair, and now Risque is starting to close, and Jamaica's on the outside, followed by Palantino and Tarzino. 100 metres left to go, and up the middle of the course they come. Risque, Palantino, Tarzino. It's Palantino hitting the front from the Tarzino. Palantino just beat Tarzino. Risque will run third, and they're followed by River Wild fourth. Back behind those to finish was Jamaica and Vanbrugh, ready for victory. Extravagant wilted in the run home.
What a race, what a performance. Palantino avenging for that remarkable protest that we had here at Flemington a couple of weeks ago, where he was first across the line but losing it in the Stewards' inquiry, has come out on top in the Australian Guineas. A brilliant ride by Mark.
got the result, I guess.
Yeah, and some good mates who are involved, obviously, from Warrnambool. There's Country Race. Palantino wins. Tarzino terrific en route towards Sydney for the Derby. Risque, the Group 1 winner from New Zealand, was fantastic.
7, 10, 20, 30,000, all on Chautauqua. Now, the deductions will come at about, but yeah, it's the biggest go of the day. It'll decide our day, Chautauqua. Shane, it's just massive.
All right, thanks for that, Matty.
$4.10 for the Miners to race number 4 now. There's been an important late scratching ahead of the Newmarket Handicap. Counter-attack through
Grold's career, so he's got the right credentials.
And Chautauqua jumped away okay. Delectation threw his head in the air. The quarterback might have got a bit of backwash there. They're clear then from Churchill Dancer. Chautauqua was just on the back of Japanisra at the moment, followed then by Delectation. Blackheart Bart closer to the middle of the track. The quarterback is last of that division, and Churchill Dancer's hard to say where he lines up at the moment, coming up solo up the middle of the course. Heading towards the 400 metres mark now, down towards the business end of the race, and Keen Array and Secret Agenda being joined by Japanisma. Churchill Dancer now done, gets to work on Chautauqua. He's closest to the outside rail, starting to wind up, coming to the 200 metre mark. They're right across the track here. Blackheart Bart bursting through near the inside. Chautauqua, the quarterback, and Japanisma across the track with 100 metres to go. Blackheart Bart, the quarterback, coming at him. Blackheart Bart, the quarterback, they hit the line. The quarterback, I think, from Blackheart Bart in the photo finish. Chautauqua might be third from Churchill Dancer, then Japanisma. And he's going to win it, the quarterback.
The quarterback is a Group 1 winner. The quarterback will win for Robbie Griffiths. Robbie Griffiths.
Oh, absolutely. And look, he's, you know, they all work hard, all the trainers, but certainly Robbie deserved that, hasn't he, as you touched on.
As we have a look at the sectional times there, the quarterback has always been able to produce, Simon, electrifying late acceleration in a race. And look at that. Favourite at $3.60 ahead of the Godolphin 3-year-old Exosphere. English, who won first up the other day.
Ability of Chautauqua, but he holds on. Blackheart Bart was sensational first up for Darren Ware.
He can sprint fresh, yeah. Blackheart Bart. It was a good...
Is Winks now. Yeah, well, still $1.95 with us, Greg, and press statement $4.80. The difference there on course Winks is $2, and press statement well supported here, 5 into $4.40 already. So
there are no challengers to Turn Me Loose for the lead at the 800 metres. 2 lengths clear from First Seal, and Winks is getting closer in third. A half length away to the Colt Press Statement. 2 off to the Toowoomba mare Tinto from the South Australian Hucklebuck, and the last 2 Kermadec and Happy Clapper. They've got 5.50 to run. Turn Me Loose right on the bridle from First Seal, who comes off. Press Statement inching closer. Bowman sits very quietly on Winks as they round the turn. Kermadec goes inside runner into the straight now, and Winks races up to join First Seal. Press Statement. Kermadec's finishing hard on the fence. Winks races to the lead. Kermadec's in for the fight on the inside. So's the Colt Press Statement. Winks in front from Kermadec. Winks just in front from Kermadec. Oh, the mighty mare. She's a superstar, Winks. She's done it easily the last 50. Winks beats into the straight now, and Winks races up to join First Seal. Press Statement. Kermadec's finishing hard on the fence. Winks races to the lead. Kermadec's in for the fight on the inside. So's the Colt Press Statement. Winks in front from Kermadec. Winks just in front from Kermadec. Oh, the mighty mare. She's a superstar, Winks. She's done it easily the last 50. Winks beats Kermadec and Press Statement. Then Happy Clapper from Tinto was last.
React to a champion mare. She has toyed with a Group 1 field. And Hugh Bowman, who says she is the best he's ever ridden, has not let this big crowd down.
Wow. You don't hear roars like that at Rosehill Gardens unless you're a lawn roll, unless you're an octagonal. And that's when you hear the big roars come up. And she matched that here today when she moved up so...
Extraordinary. That's his 4th win in the race. That's his 13th Group 1 in the season. And Winks makes it 8 wins in a row. In that 8, 5 of them have been Group 1s. And Chris Waller trains the trifecta. Is there any...
And there's 2 halves of her career. First Seal was 5-zip on her. That's right. Going into yesterday. So that tells you that something happened.
Yeah.
Early.
Before yesterday that maybe she might not be appearing in the Doncaster, where she's got 56.5 kilos. But talking to Chris Waller last night, really warming to starting her in the Doncaster.
Hugh Bowman was in a position out of the gates where he could either go back or go forward, and he chose to go forward. That's enough to bring most horses undone against that standard of field. But she just put next to them.
Amazing, amazing. She just idles through her gears, and there's no end to her gears. That's I thought, oh, she's out on her feet here. Chasing, when you chase a horse in the death position, as we call it, and especially a horse like Turn Me Loose, you have to be vulnerable late. But look at her here, from the 50-metre mark
She's the strongest
onwards,
to the line.
Away she goes.
If that had gone another 200 metres, she'd have won by double the margin.
Yeah.
I mean, she can sustain that top speed for just longer than everything else. She's just got the massive motor. She's not overly big. She's not an hour.
She's a good filly. She has got tactical speed if you want to use it from that awkward draw. Doesn't seem who looks to have said.
Thank you, Greg. I will go with number 1, Tarzino. He's a bull of a colt, isn't he? This Victoria Derby winner ran so well in Adley. I thought I'm Bellucci, as the fellas pointed out, looks sensational for Desley Forster. Was second in the Spring Challenge.
Sees the 3-year-olds, most of these on their way to the Derby in the Rosehill Guineas over the 2,000. Tarzino is the favourite at $2.80 from La Romaine.
By 3/4 to Jamaica. Riverwild in third. Tarzino just waiting for the runs to come on the home corner. Then came Le Romaine, Gold Ambition, Montaigne the fence. Further back to Etymology, Vanbrugh, and they've opened up a margin on 3 lengths on the rest, headed by Shards around the turn. And Jamaica hits the front now. It's Jamaica from Riverwild, Tarzino the inside. Then came Le Romaine, Montaigne back to the inside at the 300. Jamaica's being tackled by the Derby winner Tarzino. Then Montaigne further back to Etymology. Tarzino beats off Jamaica. Montaigne going to third, but Tarzino in front from Montaigne and Jamaica. And there's the Derby favourite. Tarzino drawing clear to beat Montaigne. Jamaica third, good margin to the rest. Vanbrugh.
He stamped himself as the superior staying 3-year-old today. If you had it
to play marbles here today, they were here fifth. They were dead set fair income. He gets he draws the barrier to get a dig in the ribs in the box seat. Superior Colt with still more to offer, and he's going to be. He could well be a Melbourne Cup horse in the future. He's a serious stayer. Fact, but that's he got on the right leg. He got into the spot inside. Just didn't get on the right leg in a gallop here the other morning.
Flying Artie at $4.60. They ran 1-2, of course, in the Blue Diamond Stakes. Full field of 16, and pretty rare you see in Flendell for his
black-coloured cap. Extreme Choice, the favourite, moving up in the China Horse Club colours now. Racing now in the slipper, and Defcon immediately snagged back, and the favourite slow out Extreme Choice. Extreme Choice will settle down second last, and a stern jump quickly, together with Sweet Cherry, Flying Artie right up there. So under the rails from Telperion, and would you believe it, the favourite Extreme Choice is last. Down the side in the roughy, Sweet Cherry leads, out by a length to astern. Flying Artie railing through into third from Scarlet Rain out deep as they race up to the turn in the slipper. Honesty prevails between them. Capitalist looking for the run, then Yankee Rose, Scarlet Rain, and further back to French Fern. Sweet Cherry leads from the Well Fancied astern. Capitalist is into the clear. Flying Artie to the inside, and then Honesty prevails. Here's Capitalist going after Sweet Cherry, and then came Flying Artie, but Capitalist, the Magic Millions winners, drawn clear in the slipper. Yankee Rose home into second, but Capitalist takes it out. Capitalist by a half length to Yankee Rose. Photo third, Flying Artie and Telperion. Between them, Capitalist looking for the run, then Yankee Rose, Scarlet Rain, and further back to French Fern. Sweet Cherry leads from the Well Fancied astern. Capitalist is into the clear. Flying Artie to the inside, and then Honesty prevails. Here's Capitalist going after Sweet Cherry, and then came Flying Artie, but Capitalist, the Magic Millions winners, drawn clear in the slipper. Yankee Rose home into second, but Capitalist takes it out. Capitalist by a half length to Yankee Rose. Photo third, Flying Artie and Telperion. Then came Star Turn from Honesty prevails. Extreme Choice making up many lengths from Sweet Cherry quickly.
There's a little setback, a defeat last start, but he was a dominant colt early in the year. He wins the Magic Millions. Peter and Paul Snowden.
1400 to be honest, but Yankee Rose, first up since November with the gear change. Phenomenal for the Van Dyke stable.
Yeah.
She was terrific on speed.
Good.
And there was a lot of depth going into this race. I would think this year's slipper will stand up going on in years to come. It's a terrific price said last night.
Flying Artie just a little bit one-paced at the top of the straight. This little Yankee Rose, fair income, it could have been the story of the history of the slipper, the greatest training performance in the history of this golden slipper.
Lovely ride on it too.
I don't know about that, but what a performance from her. First up in a slipper, it's unheard of. I didn't think in the wide world she could get this close, and that's an amazing performance from her. Look, great win by the winner. Second horse was Gallant.
First of the Group 1s, day one of the championships. Inglis Sires, 2-year-olds in action, $1 million up for grabs. 10 gets it at Werribee ahead of the 6, and the favourites, 2-year-olds in action, $1 million up for grabs. 10 gets it at Werribee ahead of the 6, and the favourite is Yankee Rose into this at its second run. This
Yankee Rose tracks up with Shimbora. Telperion's midfield just behind them. Ome Sword's got an inside run together with Attention. They're hugging the rails as they turn. Here we go, 400 metres to run. The inside Attention with Ome Sword, but wide out good standing's got its neck in front from Zamzam Detective, and Yankee Rose on the outside. Burton says go on Yankee Rose, and she dashes to the front. Telperion goes into second. Yankee Rose 2 lengths clear from Telperion. Faraway Town out of the pack for third, but Yankee Rose takes out the English Sires. Burton eases it down to win it by 2.5 to Telperion. Faraway Town third, then Revo Boy.
Well, if there wasn't Capitalist in the Golden Slipper, she would have won. And here she is a couple of weeks later lining up in the Sires, and she has raced away from them. She gets her...
That came through with Telperion finishing a clear second, and they basically thrashed the rest. Is there an argument to say that Yankee Rose is the best 2-year-old in Australia?
Very much so, Michael, because...
She's won $10,000 buy. She's won, was it 1.4, 1.5 million now, BZ. That's the stuff of fairy tales.
I really love the way he's been trialling in preparation for this. He might just be able to hold out.
And we start with Chautauqua, last year's winner, the grey for Team Hawkes, and Tommy Berry.
Yeah, well, he's a champion sprinter. We know that. He's
James McDonald.
Both firmed in on course from that $3.80. Chautauqua $3.50 and Exosphere back into favourite now at $3.40.
It is Terra Vista from Delectation. English gets well back, followed by Noidart, fast and rocking Boss Lane. Last year's winner Chautauqua's last and about 12 lengths off the leaders, which is our boy Malachi. On the inside of Fell Swoop, Shiraz off the track from Flombers, then Dothraki. Exosphere's working his way into the clear. Further back to English, Chautauqua still back last into the straight. Our boy Malachi 2 lengths clear from Dothraki, Fell Swoop and Shiraz. English is coming down the outside. Exosphere's not in the hunt, and Chautauqua's coming with a big run on the outside. Our boy Malachi being tackled by Fell Swoop. Here he comes, Chautauqua. Boom, right over the top. Chautauqua takes out the TJ, back-to-back wins, beats Fell Swoop. Back to English, Chautauqua still back last into the straight. Our boy Malachi 2 lengths clear from Dothraki, Fell Swoop and Shiraz. English is coming down the outside. Exosphere's not in the hunt, and Chautauqua's coming with a big run on the outside. Our boy Malachi being tackled by Fell Swoop. Here he comes, Chautauqua. Boom, right over the top. Chautauqua takes out the TJ, back-to-back wins, beats Fell Swoop and English. Our boy Malachi next, followed by Boss Lane. We've done it.
That surely leaves everyone speechless. What can you say? He is a sprinting machine. From last, the big grey, over the top of them.
100 in the finish.
Here's the owner. We're going to get to the owner, Rupert Lee, in just a moment.
Back in the TJs, won now more than $5 million, Chautauqua. I think that was his best win. What do you think?
Well, that was his fourth Group 1 win, and Tommy Berry's won 3 of his Group 1s on him. Nothing against him.
He's a flashing ghost of a horse, isn't he? Exosphere, look, I know he pulled up injured. He wins a lot of trials. He is a cream puff.
Oh,
Exosphere is a...
Fell Swoop. Here he comes, Chautauqua. Boom, right over the top. Chautauqua takes out the TJ, back-to-back wins, beats...
To the 200, and it's great how you have the vision with the line, because it shows Chautauqua was second last at the 200, and I dig Dad in the ribs. I said, have a look at this thing down the outside, and him being him just said nothing and just smiled.
That's all you got. They'll run faster sectionals perhaps on dry going, but nothing on the day would have run better sectionals than him. It's not possible.
No. Probably Frank's the lot.
Could have told them. Not really. The pressure's on every time she races. Since winning, I guess, the Cox Plate. She was an underdog at our eyes in the Cox Plate. That was... And yeah, she gets the same weight.
More than $1 million has been invested on Winx today. Fixed odds with tab.com.au. Such is the effect of her. 25 times the amount of money invested on Winx than its nearest rival. Ascadelia second pick at 9. Kermadec trims in to $10.
We're all set now. Racing in the Doncaster, and Bow Creek missed the start. As Cadelia wasn't great out, she'll settle last, and a length further back to Bow Creek. Happy Clap at the outside. First Seal and the Red Blinkers next. Winx is back, fourth last past the 800 metres from Rudy, he or she. And last of all is Ascadelia. The Gurra leads racing to the turn by a length and a half to Turn Me Loose. Ecuador in third, followed by Kermadec. Stratum Star saving ground on the fence from Aoman. Then Good Project from Bow Creek. Happy Clapper, and Bowman's riding for luck on Winx, looking to slice his way right through the centre of the field, around the turn, and Vergara's gone for home. Six lengths clear from Stratum Star in second. Winx is bottled up. Bowman goes back to the inside. She's got daylight now. Winding up on the outside is Happy Clapper and Good Project. Vergara in front, but here she comes, Winx. Happy Clapper tries, so does Ascadelia, but Winx has drawn clear in the Doncaster. Here's 9 in a row. She breaks all the records today. She's a champion, Winx. She wins it by 2 lengths to Happy. Six lengths clear from Stratum Star in second. Winks is bottled up. Bowman goes back to the inside. She's got Daylight now. Winding up on the outside is Happy Clapper and Good Project. Vergara in front, but here she comes, Winks. Happy Clapper tries, so does Ascadelia, but Winks has drawn clear in the Doncaster. Here's 9 in a row. She breaks all the records today. She's a champion, Winks. She wins it by 2 lengths to Happy Clapper. Ascadelia third. They romped it in from the rest. Vergara taking out the Doncaster with the 56.5 kilos. Some of the greats just haven't been able to achieve that. There's many yardsticks versus her and Sunline. A rare achievement for the Cox Plate Doncaster double and an Epsom Doncaster double. The great superimposed was the... She's broken all the records today.
Unbelievable. She is the best. There's no doubt. There's no doubt about it. She's done it. She's won the 2 big miles here at Royal Randwick. The Epsom Doncaster double. Wedged in between, she won a Cox Plate. There is no argument. She is the best in Australia. She's a star.
Well, she speaks for herself, doesn't she?
It's almost Black Caviar like here today. She was never beaten, but this one may never be beaten again. That's 9 in a row. And Chris Waller had...
Probably haven't got any left, but I'll call her a champion while I can speak.
Well, that's great. She is. She gives this crowd...
It's a blur, but it's pretty unbelievable. I thought she was beaten at the half mile, let alone the 200 metre mark, so she must have amazing will to win.
What is it? Race here today, wouldn't that be a great way to finish? Winks.
As Darren Flindell said, 9 wins in a row. That is now her 6th Group 1. Chris Waller, I think, is at his 14th for the season, which is just... Joe Smith was dominating racing 30 years ago. As far as Winks is concerned, she's now won $6.5 million. She's 8th on the all-time list. If she wins the Queen Elizabeth next week, she moves up to $8.9 million.
Well, Huey was Happy Clapper for Paddy Webster. Well done, mate. 500,000 for second.
Gee, that's stiff.
Super run.
Any other year it wins, probably.
But Winks, only 3 4-year-old mares have won this race now. The last to do it was Private Steer with 53 kilos. She's done it now with 56.5 as a 4-year-old mare. Phenomenal.
You mentioned Hugh Bowman.
Having a bet, they automatically know the name Winks, and she just...
Bruce McAvaney said something interesting because he represents the wider sporting context, Macca, doesn't he? And he said she's almost on the precipice of the super elite now. She's probably gone past Atlantic Jewel and More Joyous. She probably sits somewhere between them and Makybe Diva and Black Caviar now.
I think she's... You can almost say she's...
Incredible. Just watching those runners up again, Ronnie, Happy Clapper and Ascadelia, they were at their absolute top. They couldn't give any more.
Yep.
And she's in another league.
Incredible. Yeah, absolutely incredible. They're coming with momentum with 50 kilos on their back. And here she is, a mare with 56.5 or 57.5 with the vest and everything.
Running out of gas, she's not. And that's the difference between her and them. They've run fantastic races, Happy Clapper and Ascadelia, but they just couldn't maintain that top speed for as long as she can. And that's her real quality. You can't see it physically. It's all inside and mental with her, but she can maintain that top speed.
And that's 35 this morning. We're still a $26 chance. But Ascadelia, the favourite here, $3.20, has been that price basically. In fact, has been that $3. Well, today, as...
Racing, pretty good line out overall. Barter Wears jumped away well off. And once again, she's starting to close the margin on the leader. Then came Noble Protector from Suavito. Zambar pulling out. Coronation Shell to the outside. Then Casino Dancer. And Ascadelia is giving them a start on the rails, but she is making headway. Vergara in front, Barterwear under the whip from Noble Protector, and here comes Ascadelia, hard along the rails. She's picking up strongly. Ascadelia hits the lead. Heavens Above out of the pack giving chase. Ascadelia's dashed in front. Heavens Above can't pick up the leeway, and Ascadelia, great ride by Damien Oliver. She takes out the Group 1 by 2 lengths to Heavens Above. Noble Protector third, Lady LaFay fourth. Then
many plays racings in Group 1s. Ascadelia goes to the top of the class today. A Group 1 in the Coolmore Legacy for this brilliant mare. No winks today. It's all Ascadelia.
Yeah, that was the form, wasn't it? She looked a bit over.
Price now in the Stradbroke.
Well, 450, Greg. 450 equal favourite with Malaguera. We saw Malaguera at Rose Hill, of course.
There's only 2 or 3 in front of me. I could see them opening up a fair way out, and this mare's got a great turn of foot if you hold her up, and the key is she handles the ground so well, so she had a...
He's having 50,000 on preferment in the Longines Queen Elizabeth.
Last year's winner Criterion, midfield defence on the inside of Preferment, who's inching closer down the side of the course. Further back to the United States, Happy Clapper well back. Fenway starts her run wide out on the course together with the United States. Dibiani back second last, and Lucia Valentina's last of all. Coming up to the home turn, Awesome Rock just leads from Lee Baz as they really turn it on coming to the turn. Then Mongolian Khan joining them with it somewhat. Further back then to Haraki. Preferment being shoved along, and Criterion riding for luck on the fence into the straight. It's somewhat going after Awesome Rock. Further back to Happy Clapper looking for the run. Criterion scraping paint. Haraki runs on. Preferment leads a run desperately. Rising Romance in front. Here comes Lucia Valentina like a shot out of a gun. The mare races to the lead. The United States giving chase. Then Happy Clapper, but Lucia Valentina. What a slashing win in the Queen Elizabeth. The United States Awesome Rock. Further back to Happy Clapper looking for the run. Criterion scraping paint. Haraki runs on. Preferment leads a run desperately. Rising Romance in front. Here comes Lucia Valentina like a shot out of a gun. The mare races to the lead. The United States giving chase. Then Happy Clapper, but Lucia Valentina. What a slashing win in the Queen Elizabeth. The United States second. Happy Clapper third. Then Rising Romance. Happy Trails. Mongolian Performance.
Well, she has done it, Lucia Valentina. She was in an awful spot coming to the home turn, but look at that acceleration to win the better part of $4 million.
What a train.
Second up.
And what about in the...
Sat on her nose. She'd done that once before in the tramway and picked herself back up, and she was really effective late. You know, she's got that wonderful turn of foot when allowed to do.
Just an incredible performance to beat up a field like that. Like a $1.50 chance if you're repricing the race.
Quite right.
It was an amazing achievement.
Look, there was form.
Amazing achievement.
Look, there was form that was franked by Ascadelia as well.
What about Happy Clapper? He's earned nearly $1 million in 2 runs without winning.
Yeah, I know.
A fetlock issue as well. A few changes to that metacarpal bone. So
best turned out there for his Marfu, so well done to him. And a quick look at the Jockey Challenge as well. Of course, they're very well represented with Chautauqua and Buffering horses 1 and 5, currently 2 points.
Stand by and they're off, and Chautauqua was clearly the slowest out of the gates. Mongolian Saturday away quickly with Penophobia. Aero Velocity's charging. Charles the Great. The Wizard of Oz is third last. A length into Divine Boy, and 2 lengths away last of all is Chautauqua. He's a dozen lengths from the pace, and the pace is hot with Buffering driving through to lead now with Penophobia. Aero Velocity's out 3 wide. Super Jockey, Mongolian Saturday, Not Listening to Me, Strathmore, Lucky Bubbles, Amazing Kids, The Wizard of Oz, followed by Gold Fund, Charles the Great, and now Berry unleashes the champ. Chautauqua to the middle part of the track. Penophobia tackled Buffering with Aero Velocity. Aero Velocity put his head in front from Penophobia. Strathmore, then Not Listening to Me, Lucky Bubbles. Chautauqua is winding up. Aero Velocity joined by Strathmore, Lucky Bubbles. Chautauqua still coming, going to the lead. Lucky Bubbles, Chautauqua, here he comes, the Thunder down under. Chautauqua race to the lead. What a champion! Chautauqua beat Lucky Bubbles. Third place was Chautauqua is winding up. Aero Velocity joined by Strathmore, Lucky Bubbles. Chautauqua still coming, going to the lead. Lucky Bubbles, Chautauqua, here he comes, the Thunder down under. Chautauqua race to the lead. What a champion! Chautauqua beat Lucky Bubbles. Third place was a Strathmore in the Chairman Sprint Prize, which is Mongolian Saturday, Amazing Kids, Gold Fun, Divine Boy, Not Listening, and Buffering. Chautauqua, you are remarkable.
what this horse can do?
Incredible, absolutely incredible. He gets speared off the track there. That's the worrying point on the point of the turn there.
Now he's losing for 300 metres.
And you would have thought, oh, well, he can't do it. It's impossible for him here, but against this sort of a field.
A lot of speed on. I guess they were getting a little tired in front, which helped him. Otherwise, if they weren't getting tired with that class of horse, well, you can't round them up. But they only had to just get the puffs for 50 metres, and he had them.
He's savage behind that horse. He puts it.
Blackheart Bart, I tell you what, if you want a horse that's got fantastic form reference, Blackheart Bart gets beaten by the quarterback, beats Chautauqua. We all know how good Chautauqua is, but then comes out and runs second to English in the all-age, and then Malaguera out of that race comes out and wins a Group 1 in Brisbane. For sure. For the Darley Goodwood, and your favourite has been...
Farmers further back in the field, then the favourite Blackheart Bart. It's on the inside of its stablemate Saboog. Churchill Dancer was next. Further back into Under the Loop. It's got well back with Fast and Rocking. Then back on the inside, the quarterback from Big Money and Smokin' Joey last. And Super One's up there now in search of the lead and found it. So Super One in front. The Freedman stable looking for a two-stake Group 1 double. Leads the way from Flamberge in second spot. Third as we're about to turn for home was Shydell. Back nearer the inside, Cash for Miss Promiscuity. Fatnar deeper out. Sapito's in that group as well. Blackheart Bart's looking for runs with Saboog. Super One kicked away at the 300 metre mark. Super One in front. Flamberge, Fatnar, and getting through now. Blackheart Bart. Sapito was deeper out. Blackheart Bart. Sapito out wide. Blackheart Bart. Sapito, the two favourites under the Louvre late. Blackheart Bart in front though. Where does it? Blackheart Bart wins. Beats either Under the Louvre or Sapito. The favourites have dominated. Fast and Rocking fourth. Next to finish, Fatnar from Big Money. Then Miss Promiscuity. The quarterback, Saboog. Noskap.
The favourites won the Goodwood. Blackheart Bart. They backed him here today like he was unbeatable, and he's come through. It's been a great day for the Weir stable already, and here's another one for them. That's look, he's won by a length in the end. In a big race like this, that's a dominant win. Yeah, well back too, Matt. I mean, I think everyone was backing it around Australia, especially in the last hour. Money just kept coming for it. And he was $3.80 into $2.70. That was looked after by John Allen in terrific fashion, but Brad's back on for a Group 1 victory here this summer.
Blackheart Bart's back on the fence there in the blue cap, yellow colours, and his stablemate Saboog sort of missed the run, and Blackheart Bart got it, and he just, it was a beautiful ride, I have to say. The horse was... There were a couple of horses, look, without that good ride, he might have been beaten here, because on the outside there, Under the Louvre, who always does this, had a bit of a checkered run, and, with a clearer run, and if Blackheart Bart hadn't had such a beautiful run, might have nailed him. But
so as Cadelia, a Stradbroke favourite, as Kaepernick goes set now, they're racing in the Stradbroke, and Two Blue, Music Magnate and Malaguer all began nicely, but Two Blue's got the lead. Going forward, Charmed Harmony on the outside. Malaguer is back to third and hooked up to fourth, out 15 lengths off Charmed Harmony. Down the side, Charmed Harmony led the way by 3/4 from Hooked, and third the inside Two Blue, followed by Counter Attack. Malaguer a takedown. Blackheart Bart going forward in company with Sacred Star, followed by Music Magnate over on the inside of Under the Louvre. Charlie Boy, Big Money, and then Delic Taste. And as Cadelia, she's a mole back over on the inside. She's back fourth last, and the Virginia next on the outside. Homeward bound here, we've got Hooked and Charmed Harmony. Here's Counter Attack on the outside. Also Sacred Star, Blackheart Bart takedown. The widest, the Virginian, also Under the Louvre down the outside. Counter Attack the leader. Blackheart Bart finishing strongly with Under the Louvre on the outside. Under the Louvre, Blackheart Bart from the Virginian. Under the Louvre and Blackheart Bart. Blackheart Bart under the Louvre. Under the Louvre, Blackheart Bart. Under the Louvre, Blackheart Bart. They hit the line and the Stradbroke, and Under the Louvre, I think's won. Under the Louvre just from Blackheart Bart. Third on the outside, homeward bound here. We've got Hooked and Charmed Harmony. Here's Counter Attack on the outside. Also Sacred Star, Blackheart Bart takedown. The widest, the Virginian, also Under the Louvre down the outside. Counter Attack the leader. Blackheart Bart finishing strongly with Under the Louvre on the outside. Under the Louvre, Blackheart Bart from the Virginian. Under the Louvre and Blackheart Bart. Blackheart
Blackheart Bart under the Louvre, Blackheart Bart, under the Louvre, Blackheart Bart. They hit the line and the strut broke, and under the Louvre, I think's one. Under the Louvre just from Blackheart Bart. Third will be the Virginian. Not Sure For, Sacred Star, Delectation, followed by Precious Gem. Counter attack. Then we had next across the line was Charlie Boy as Cadelia hooked. Virginian, Not Sure For, Sacred Star, Delectation, followed by Precious Gem. Counter attack. Then we had next across the line was Charlie Boy as Cadelia hooked. Malaguera, Big Money, Takedown, Art Lee, Kaepernick. A long way back to Blue Music Magnate, and Charmed Harmonies run lasts.